Hello, Kenneth. Here's your first test, and I'd like to just go over some corrections with you in this video. For the first question, this has been a common error for everybody in your group. If you go back and you read the content for Unit 1, Topic 1, I want you to follow exactly the procedure for proving that the triangles are similar. And so what that involves is either showing that all three sides are in equal ratio, in which case you have side, side, side similarity, or showing that you have two angles equal, which also means that the third one must be equal, and that gives us angle similarity. So what's missing here for your solutions is this part where you're actually telling us which sides are in equal proportion and showing us that all three sides are in that same proportion. So before you can say that there's side, side, side similarity like you have in 1A, you must first give me all of the sides that are in equal proportion. For question B, this is angle similarity, and you need to show me which angles are equal. The first one is THS equals angle GHF, and I think it got cut off at the end here. It should say common in brackets. In other words, that's the same angle. And, sorry, that should not say common. That should say OAT for opposite angles. They're not the same angle at all. They're opposite angles, and opposite angles are equal. The second pair of equal angles are STH and FGH, and it's given in the question that they're both equal to 61, so you write given in brackets there. Once you've done that, then you can say, therefore, and the other part you're missing is triangle, HFG is similar to triangle, STH, and it's okay for you to use the symbol, the triangle symbol there, but you need to include a triangle symbol. Otherwise, it looks like you're just naming an angle and not a triangle. So question 3C is similar. It's also side, side, side similarity, so you need to follow the first example and give all of the information there, and then at the end you're going to say, therefore, triangle FED is similar to triangle FSR by angle, or side, side, side similarity, like that. Question 2 is perfect. You have an answer of x equals 8. One thing that I'm going to suggest is that you circle your answers when you're finished a question that has multiple steps, and it makes it easier for the person marking it to find the correct answer on your solution, and that will make a difference in terms of the number of marks that you get on tests and assignments in the future. So that will really help you to bring up your overall average, just making it easier for the person marking it to find your answers. So let's move down now and have a look at question 3. Okay, so for 3B, that's perfectly correct. The relationship between the areas and the side lengths is a squared relationship, and so you have that one correct. Good job. For C, the ratio of the sides of our triangles is 6 to 16. So the ratio of their areas is going to be 36 to 196. We're going to square both of those numbers. I think they wanted larger to smaller, so if we flip this around, it'll make it 196 to 36. And then the other thing that we can do there is divide top and bottom by a common factor. So a common factor in this case might be, well, at least 2, and we can keep going from there if we want to. So that's going to be 98 over 18, which means it'll still come down to 49 over 9. So 49 over 9 is lowest terms there for that relationship, and you don't need to go any further, okay? I'm not quite sure what you're doing here, but all that they asked you about was the relationship of the areas for your triangle. So you can stop when you've got this relationship here. Now, for question 4 and for question 5, the same thing is going to apply to both questions for us here. Each of these questions is worth 5 marks. So when you see something worth 5 marks, you should have 5 steps in your solution. So when you drew your triangles, based on the information given in the questions, you drew your triangles correctly. It would be a good idea to also draw in a right angle, because common sense tells us that if we have something standing vertically to the ground, that it has to be at 90 degrees to the ground. And then we need to first prove that these triangles are similar. These particular triangles in question 4 are similar because we're talking about the same time of day, and we're talking about a shadow that's created by the sun. The sun is in exactly the same position because this is the same time of day that this is happening, and so the angle of depression of the sun's rays with the ground is this little angle here and here, and those angles have to be equal because it's the same time of day. So if you write out that you have those two equal angles, so you're going to write one line explaining that the right angles are equal. The second line is going to explain that the angle of depression of the sun's rays are equal. Then you're going to say that these triangles are similar because of angle, angle. Then you can say, therefore, the ratio of the sides has to be the same, and then you can solve for the unknown side. You cannot do this part until you've proven this part. And that's something that I've noticed for all 4 of the students from your school, that you have all sort of missed that part of the lesson. If you can go back and have another look at the example in U1A1 and read through it and try to follow that exactly for the unit test, that would be really good. The same thing for number 5. When you're doing number 5, you have to first prove that these two triangles are similar. Once you've done that, then you can use ratios. Then you can use ratios to find the size of the sides. I do believe that this one is supposed to be 1.35 and not 1.8 also. So check your calculations on that. One of the things that you have to remember when you have one triangle inside the other is that the length of this side is this part added to this part. And so if you check your calculations there, hopefully you can find out the correct answer is 1.35. Okay, your bonus is correct, and I'll add 2 marks onto that. Unfortunately, with some of these questions, I have to take several marks away because you're missing the most important part, which is showing that these triangles are similar.